So many problems, so little time. Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 very British problems.
Hey you, long time no see. How's the pumpernickel today, Dry? Better try a sample.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we've looked at everyday issues, annoyances, fears, worries, and anxieties that only British people will truly understand. Grab yourself a brew, and let's get started.
I've held so many doors open in my life now that if I hold a door open and someone doesn't say thank you, I now will say, no, thank you.
Number 10, the British summertime.
It's hotter than the sun.
The second it becomes even a little bit hotter in Britain, everything changes. Everyone wants a barbecue, everyone wants a paddling pool, and everyone wants to take off most of their clothing at any given opportunity. Failing that, we head straight to the nearest beer garden or picnic table and parasol. In general, if the sun's out, we're out. Problem is, high summer in these parts can last anywhere from 2 hours to 2 months. And if you do plan a barbecue, you can bet some freak thunderstorm will arrive mid-afternoon to ruin the party. Number 9, Jaffa Cakes.
Oh my god. What? I've got some f***ing Jaffa Cakes in my coat pocket.
The humble Jaffa Cake is a staple in most British households. Trouble is, it's almost impossible to eat them without quoting an advert or getting into an age-old debate. Because who can say they don't still find themselves contemplating lunar cycles while eating these things? The full moon, half moon, total eclipse tagline will simply never disappear. But the big question is, do these sweet treats belong in the cake or the biscuit family? The name says cake, but they live alongside biscuits in most major supermarkets. On what side of the debate do you stand? Answer in the comments section.
Jaffa Cakes.
The apples still look pretty good, so everyone should check those out.
Number 8, the ice cream van.
Ice cream.
The cheerful sound of the ice cream van, prompting kids to plead with their parents for a rocket lolly, cornetto, or the classic 99. The adults themselves are often thrown into crisis though, debating whether, at their age, it's still socially acceptable for them to run from their front doors screaming for a Solero. It totally is, by the way.
I was just asking, some vans sell them?
Well, we certainly don't. This is a family van. You beat it.
One weird downside though, is that these things routinely show up at really irregular times. Saturday, midday, in the middle of summer, nothing. Thursday, 11 AM, in the dead of winter, the jingle kicks in, leaving us to question the absurdity of life. Number 7, free samples.
You know, you're like a sample abuser. That's what you are. You're abusing your sampling privileges.
No one's opposed to getting free stuff, whether it's samples to promo a new product at the supermarket or a free taster of the newest tipple at your local bar. But once the initial excitement is over, the awkwardness sets in, as whoever offered you the sample tries to sell you a year's worth of the stuff. You don't want to be judged for trying and not buying, but you really don't want to actually purchase anything either. It's time to make your excuses, leave, and feel bad about it afterwards.
Wait, why do you have a photo of my... What does that say on the picture?
It says, do not feed.
What?
Do not feed. Your wife was abusing our free samples policy.
Number 6, the 5 AM airport pint. Unwritten rule number 1, your holiday starts the second you set foot inside the airport. It doesn't matter how early your flight is, or how clearly you crave a standard breakfast of toast and coffee, you must start as you mean to go on, with the fullest of full Englishes and a nice cold pint of whatever's on tap. Who cares that you'll be travelling for the next 5 hours, or that it's still dark outside? Buy a beer, take a photo, post on social media. It's the 3-step rule to guaranteed fun, obviously. Maybe. Probably not, but we do it anyway.
Glasses of Merlot, please. Oh, don't look at me like that.
Number 5. No, after you. As overly polite Brits, the simple use of doors can make for really awkward situations. There's rules to follow, people, even if no one's really that sure what those rules are. When's the right time to hold the door open for someone? and how long is too long before you've actually made it more inconvenient than it otherwise would have been. And what if there are multiple doors? There are only so many variations of thank you, cheers, and much obliged after all. And don't even get us started on door etiquette in the lift. More often than not, we'll just take the stairs. Number 4, proving we are not thieves. It's kind of natural to worry at least a little bit about what other people think of you, and no one wants to be deemed a lawbreaker, especially when you're definitely doing no such thing. Popping into the shop, having a browse, but not actually buying anything is a particular problem for some, because obviously everyone else immediately assumes you're a shoplifter.
Are you about 15p?
Well, no one assumes that, but you feel as though they must do. Putting petrol in your car is another cause for irrational concern. Best jog to the kiosk so they're definitely aware that you intend to pay for your fuel, eh?
You just want the petrol then?
Number 3, the price of Freddos. We all know that inflation happens, prices go up, and people moan about it. But some things are just too sacred, and the Freddo is everyone's favourite fall guy, offering failsafe proof that the economy has gone to the dogs. A favourite treat for 90s kids everywhere, there was a time when they cost but a single 10p piece, and that's plain or caramel. Nowadays, the original chocolate frog costs an eye-watering 25p or more. And here's the real sickener, the bar itself is even smaller than it used to be. More money plus less Freddo equals riots on the streets.
Fear not, Freddo, fix it!
Number 2, milk first. What's more frustrating than the go-to cultural cliche of tea drinking in general? The ongoing debate on exactly how to brew the perfect cuppa. It's obviously teabag first, but for some it's milk then water, for others it's water then milk. And it's more than just a personal preference too. Historically speaking, the way you made your tea was supposedly indicative of your social status, with the wealthier folk opting for water first because their higher quality china could withstand the boiling temperature. But as long as there's biscuits, does it really matter?
Cup of tea.
Number 1, text and email etiquette.
Soz. That last message was meant for someone else.
While we Brits have embraced communication technology just as adequately as everyone else, there are some pitfalls. Mostly because dry, emotionless sarcasm doesn't translate all that well into acronyms or emojis. And if it isn't friendly chit-chat that's causing us to overanalyze, it's the ins, outs, and unknowable nuances of the formal email. Because few things match the internal pressure we feel when trying to write a message to our boss, prospective boss, or in fact anyone who's not in our immediate circle of close friends and family, for fear of being misunderstood.
Dear Sir Stroke Madam, I'm writing to inform you of a fire which has broken out at the premises of... No, that's too formal.
Call us oversensitive if you will, irrational if you please, but for everyone's sake, just make your meaning clear. And do not, under any circumstances, sign off with an ambiguous smiley face.
Smiley face, dude.
Oh, smiley face. See, I hate that.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Watch Mojo UK and subscribe for more great content.